Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Breach coming to you. I think everybody's heard about the breaking news last week about the new training facility that WWE is going to be putting in. It is legendary. It is going to be way more than anything that they've ever had through Ohio Valley or Deep South, FCW, any sort of thing like that. I mean, they are taking their game up to where they did have this normal, pretty much warehouses that they had. This is an actual huge, like almost Olympic-sized training facility that's going to be stocked with everything to as many as 9 wrestling rings to be training in constantly, full-on sound stages to be practicing for future promos and things like that, to work on their backstage skills, and just anything and everything that would come into becoming a professional wrestler for WWE. And you're thinking, if they're going to be building something this size, that they're going to be having to pretty much rape talent from all around the world to bring in, plus they're going to be doing their normal thing where they're looking at Olympic wrestlers and collegiate football players that don't make the pro ranks, and just guys that they, openly see and want to go out and take a gamble on, such as, wrestlers' sons and daughters and things like that, things that have worked out for them in the past. They're just going to be bringing, basically anybody. And my first thought was, they were going to be raping, indie talent from the Ring of Honor. Would they just be going out and, just pretty much taking everyone from Ring of Honor, just leaving Ring of Honor, like, with nothing left? I mean, there's been rumors out there for years that WWE would openly just buy Ring of Honor and use it as sort of their traveling FCW, and just, taking their talent and putting their guys in there, and just sort of using the established base of a company that has already been set up. I think from watching a lot of videos and trying to follow it the best I can, I think openly Ring of Honor is not what it once was. I think when you go to WrestleMania, I think that they put on a really good show. That is the first show that people walk into that weekend, and it is just an awesome open atmosphere. But I mean, like, if you take that and you openly take guys like Steen and Cole, O'Reilly, Mike Bennett, all these guys openly deserve to get signed. What is Ring of Honor going to be left with? My best thing that I can think of that they're going to do is that when you go back, WWF back in the day, when they would sign guys, they would openly send them to ECW as a place to work, because they didn't really have an established, training place at the time. And, going on the road and going from town to town and working dark matches, just isn't going to done. You need to go out there, and you need to get on the road, and you need to live life as a wrestler. I think one of the biggest names that was out there was Al Snow, was the guy that WWF wanted to sign. They sent him to ECW. He got under Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman pushed this guy to, one of the biggest wrestling stars at the time, I guess, of 1996, 1997. We never really found the niche to become a main event guy, but I mean, he did really become a household name with the hardcore, title and that whole sort of division they had there. We'll have to see what the future brings. But I think the best thing you could do is sign these guys and bring them in. Being a wrestler for Ring of Honor, doesn't really take a whole much. They don't really wrestle a ton of shows. It's one here, one there. I think that they should be able to, sort of let Ring of Honor borrow their guys. Maybe they can even sort of set up some sort of way that they're going to get paid through them. So maybe the developmental deals won't be costing WWE so much, because you got to think if they're signing all these guys to have them under their wings. How much is that really going to cost them in the long run, when, a lot of these guys aren't even really going to pay off. They could be working openly indie dates here and there along the way, because, how many of these guys can really get used on NXT? They sort of have a TV deal with Hulu and Hulu Plus, but that's only an hour-long show. How many matches can they really, use, and how many of these guys can they really feature? If they're out there, they can build up established fan bases through other, wrestling organizations and things like that. And maybe it won't be the death of indie wrestling, which I think a lot of people might think it might be. But we'll have to see what the future brings. But I'm just saying, maybe they can maybe not make deals, and they don't have to buy these companies, but they can make handshake deals where guys can go to New Japan, they can go to Ring of Honor, and they have a set pay, which they're going to get paid, and WWF will take care of them with some sort of an agent that doesn't really have to travel along with them, but, takes care of their dates and how much they're getting paid, so they're not getting screwed over in the long run. And I'm guessing they'll probably have to book if they're going to win or if they're going to lose, because, WWE isn't going to be wanting, their guys to be looking like job squads out there on the road. But I think it could work. It was kind of funny to see Triple H with a shovel. I don't think that's a picture that I wanted to see on my Twit pic, but it did make me laugh. And gave a whole bunch of laughs those days. But I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be good. We'll have to see what the future brings. We need more guys in wrestling. Maybe we need a few of these guys that are wrestling today to sort of leave us. You can sort of look at the WrestleMania card with guys like Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Undertaker, The Rock, not being full-time wrestlers and taking up spots on the card. I think a lot of people bitched. Last year, when The Rock sort of showed up and took the main event slot from WrestleMania, but I think if you look at it this year, they used even more guys in spots like that. I don't know if WWE is scared of losing what is WrestleMania, but I think if you put guys out there, you get them established, they're going to bring viewers in. People are still going to buy WrestleMania, whether those guys are there. You might lose a few people along the way, but I think people are really hungry for new stars, and I think that's what this whole training facility is about, but we got to start using the guys that we have now. Peace out.